Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to our first PU Computer Science online classes. In last class, we already completed some important concept from chapter Overview of a Computer or Fundamentals of a Computer. Important note or the introduction. We know that computer used in various places. We are going to use the computer or used to perform the different tasks in different fields like science, engineering, and also for the entertainment. Each and everything mostly the computer going to use. And we know the meaning of the computer, what is computer. We already learned the definition of a computer as well as some most important components of a computer system are hardware, software, user and data. Then we already completed the next most important concept about characteristics of a computer. The characteristics of a computer, the 6 most important points are speed. Maybe I want to calculate the speed of a computer. The speed of a computer is a calculated number of instructions executing in 1 second. In per second, how many instructions we are going to execute in 1 second. So depend on the number of instruction executing. Depend on this we can measure we can say the measurement of the computer or the speed of the computer we can measure in this way. And also some of the storage capability or capacity. And in our 1 byte is equal to 8 bits and 1 KB is equal to 1024 bytes. 1 MB is equal to 1024 KB. 1 GB is equal to 1024 MB megabyte and 1 TB terabyte is equal to 1024 MB. 1024 GB. Accuracy, performing whatever the work by using computer, all those work going to perform quickly is called as the accuracy or the accurate. And also versatility, such computer usable to perform different job in different fields like for the entertainment, controlling machines, for everywhere the computer going to use, that is called as the users of computer call as the our versatility. And reliability, the meaning of reliability, computer perform repetitive tasks again and again. Maybe if any task giving to our computer, it performing the task repeatedly, oftenly, again and again without making mistake, without getting tired, and also the diligence. So maybe if you are going to take example of human being, the human being can't work 24 into 7 hours, but our computer, it is that means we can say that without any physical or mental tiredness, the computer do their work repeatedly and possible to work to our computer 24 into 7. So some concept we already completed in our characteristics of a computer. Now today we are going to complete the next important concept, functional components of a computer. So based on the functions of a computer, some of the functions performed by our computer before going to display any output on monitor. First of all, the functions are we need to input the data through keyboard, mouse, and after inputting data into the computer, we performing by using our CPU, some of the processing, and after that the data going to display on monitor. So it is called as the function of the computer. So based on the functions of the computer, the functions are input unit, central processing unit called as the processing, memory unit called as storage, and output unit. So some of the function of the computers are input, processing, storage, output. A computer is made up of 4 functional components. So the 4 functional components of a computer are input unit, central processing unit, short form CPU, full form central processing unit, and such central processing unit classified into CU, full form control unit, ALU, arithmetic and logic unit, registers. Central processing unit classified into 3 types: control unit, arithmetic and logic unit, registers. And third important point, memory unit. Memory unit only called as the storage unit. And lastly, output unit. Now this is one simple diagram of functional or functions of a computer, and in such diagram I already whatever the points I said here, the same points added in our diagram of or the functional diagram of a computer: ALU, control unit, registers, and memory. One is why, because we know that memory are classified into main memory called as the primary memory and secondary memory, and maybe to get any output, first we need to input some data into the computer, and then by using inputted data we doing some of the boiling operation called as the processing, and later the data going to display on monitor. Correct? Yeah? Or maybe if you don't want to display any data, by using output unit like monitor, then if you want to store the data, such data going to store maybe by using primary memory called as the main memory of the computer or internal memory of the computer, and maybe sometime the data going to add into the secondary memory. So let's later words after each and every explanation. Now just in diagram I want to tell all those parts are going to join in our functional components of a computer. Now the first concept is the input unit. Now in our input unit now yake use ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? We know that the input unit ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ನಾವು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ದಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಸ್ the data and instruction. How we inputting data into the computer? Now computer ಗೆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ input ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ? We know that the data inputted into the computer by using input devices like keyboard or the mouse. Correct? No, mostly the keyboard going to use to input data into the computer. So the input unit receives the data and instructions from the input devices such as the keyboard and mouse. I want to input data into the computer. Such inputting of data we can enter into the computer by using input devices like keyboard and the mouse. So this is the first point I said in our input unit. Now that means here we can say It links the external world to the computer system. The keyboard will get in external part. So we are going to input data into the computer. ನನಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡಿನ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ we are going to link the data that is from external world to the computer system into the computer. So we can say it links the external world to the computer system. When you are going to input any data, it links the external world to the computer system. And later we know that on the keyboard, whatever the data is there, we can understand. But is it possible to understand to our computer? Is it possible to understand to our computer all those data? We can't. We can say no. Our computer can't understand all those data. So whatever the data you inputted through keyboard into the computer, laterwards such data is going to convert into the binary form. The binary form, or we can say bits, binary digit, or the binary form or binary digit values are 0 and 1. The computer understand only 2 bit values, binary digit value, the values are 0 and 1. The computer can't understand the alphabet letter, maybe A, B, C, whatever is there, it going to convert such alphabet letter A to the binary form. Why? Because we know the computer understand only the binary bit format, the values are 0 and 1. So we can say again about our input unit. I want to input data into the computer. ನನಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ಇಂಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ ಇಂಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು? by using keyboard. Correct? No? One example, by using I need to use the keyboard to input data into the computer. So data is there on keyboard. Correct? No? Something I want to input, that means by using the keyboard only we are going to input data. So it links the external world to the computer system. Data ಹೋಗಿದೆ computer ಅಲ್ಲಿ, and after such data, whatever the data we inputted into the computer, such data we need to convert into bit format, binary digit format, values 0 and 1, so that it could be understood by the computer. The computer can understand only such data only. Okay? So this is the note about our input unit. Next, let's the central processing unit. We know that short form CPU, the full form called as the central processing unit. So the central processing unit is the main part of the computer. Without central processing unit, without CPU, we can't get the output. So if no CPU, no output. You should remember it. Whatever the processing we are performing, or what's the answer we'll get on monitor, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ just because of the processing, and such processing boiling operation performed by our CPU, central processing unit. So it is the main part of the computer, and it also called as the heart and brain of the computer also. It is a heart and brain of the computer, the central processing unit. Now what's the function or activity performed by our central processing unit? The main function is to interpret the instructions. Now the meaning of interpret, I-N-T-E-R-P-R-A-T, interpret. The meaning of interpret, selecting the instructions, whatever the instruction you want to input into the computer. Okay, whatever the instruction, whatever the data you inputted into the instruction for the execution, So just it going to select. If you want to show any execution, we need to select the data. Then only we can execute the program. So which program you want to execute, it going to select such instruction. It going to select such data. So the main function is to interpret the instructions, and after selecting the data, executing them one by one. That is called as execution. Meaning very simple, all those data going to display on monitor is called as the executing. Okay, execution we can say. So this is about our central processing unit. Now still here we know that central processing unit, some important note, main part of the computer called as heart and brain of the computer also, and main function, what's the data we inputting into the computer, it going to select such data and execute the data one by one. We need to show on monitor, we need to display such a information on monitor. So because of this reason, first of all it need to select, and then what's the data after the processing going to execute on monitor. And such a central processing unit consists of 3 major units. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪುನಃ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು 3 ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ 3 ಮೇಜರ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ CU ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್, ALU full form arithmetic and logic unit, and third one is the registers. Okay, so again CPU classified into 3 types: control unit, CU, arithmetic and logic unit, ALU, registers. Now let's the first thing, the first point I am going to select. The first one is the control unit. So control unit ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟಿನ ವರ್ಕ್ ಏನು? ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಟಾ, ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಸಮ್ ಡಾಟಾ. ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿಟಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಆರ್ ಒನ್ ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಸಮ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ it controls maybe any data want to go from one device to the another device, it controlling, it guiding the data how to go. Okay, ಆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಬೇಕು ಒಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಿವೈಸ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ, ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್, instruction from one unit to the another, and not just only transferring the data one unit to the another, it also controls the data as well as guide the data how to go. Clear this one? So the main activity of the control unit, maintain the order, and later it going to maintain the order and direct the operations. That means what's the data need to go, it should go in a correct manner, in a correct way, it should reach and will get the output in a correct way. Okay, so all tasks that is performed by our control unit. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಒನ್ ಡಿವೈಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗುವ ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ತದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಗೈಡ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ, ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್. Now arithmetic and logic unit. So what about the arithmetic and logic unit? So in this unit means in our arithmetic and the logic unit. So all the execution in the system take place. So what are the execution? I want to execute the program. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆದ ಹಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಅರಿಥ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅರಿಥ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ ಅರಿಥ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ? ಪ್ಲಸ್, ಮೈನಸ್, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ಡಿವಿಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅರಿಥ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಪರೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗುವ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವರ್ಕ್, ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ಒಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಡಿಷನ್, ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್, multiplication, division, and second our logical operation. So what are the example or which operation called as the logical operation? Not, or, and. Clear this one here? Not, or, and. Some of the operations are there. Now I am not going to tell about our now, just in this class just only some operations name, it's enough. But in upcoming chapters you will get the total explanation about not, or, and operations. Okay, so just only in today's class I want to tell some of the logical operations are not operation, or operation, and operation called as the logical operations. And later next one is the relational operation. So relational operation alli yaudella operations now ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್, is called as greater than, less than, greater than is equal to, less than is equal to, not equal to. Okay, so all are the operations, all are the operators we can use in our relational operations. So clear this point here. So I already said central processing unit consists of three major units: control unit, CU. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ಒಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಿವೈಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತ ವರ್ಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಅರಿಥ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಇನ್ ಅರಿಥ್ಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ to execute all those information in a correct manner. So before going to execute any information on monitor, we need to perform some operation. Maybe sometime we are selecting just arithmetic operations to display information or result on monitor. Arithmetic, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And second one, logical operation, not, or, and. And relational operations are equal, less than, greater than, less than is equal to, greater than is equal to, not equal to. All are comes or all operations going to join in our arithmetic and the logic operation or the logic unit. Now the third major unit of the central processing unit, registers. So register helidre enu? So register, it is a memory unit. Okay, it is also a memory unit. ನಮಗೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ವಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ನಾವು ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್, temporarily we are storing data in registers. It is not permanent. Clear this one? Maybe the secondary devices are there, floppy disk, we can store the data permanently. Maybe pen drive, we can store the data permanently. We can delete also, but till when you want, you can add such a data permanently in our pen drive, floppy disk, or maybe the compact disk. But when you are going to know about our registers, the register is a temporary storage unit. ಅದು ಒಂದು set of chip. Okay, ದಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಿಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಆ ಚಿಪ್ಪನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್. We know that our computer working by using the instructions only, maybe the data or anything here. So we using to store instructions, and also we are going to store intermediate result. Intermediate, INTERMEDIATE. So intermediate result. So the intermediate result ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು? The intermediate result means, first of all, we are inputting data into the computer. ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ. ಲೇಟರ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್, ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ನೋ? Such data is called as the intermediate result. INTERMEDIATE. Intermediate, okay, result. But before the output, but after the processing, what's the data will get? Such data is called as the intermediate result. Clear this one? Processing in a nantra, but output get display aguva munche yava data ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ, ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಡಾಟಾ ರಿಸಲ್ಟನ್ನು ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹೈ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ವಿಕ್ಲಿ. ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ ಫ್ರಮ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಎಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಹೈ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಿ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್, high speed storage unit, and will get within a CPU. Okay, it getting ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅದು within a CPU, inside the CPU. So this register also called as the CPU's working memory. Clear this point? The other name of the register, CPU's working memory. Why it is called as CPU working memory? We know that the register will get within the CPU. So such register also called as the CPU's working memory. Now we know some point about the registers, arithmetic and logic unit, as well as the control unit, and also the first point, input unit. Now we'll go for the next memory unit. So what about the memory unit and why we using memory unit? We know that sometimes we need to store data. We don't want to display on monitor. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ such data maybe I want to execute tomorrow, maybe any time. So we need to store the data, or maybe for your future reference you want such data. We need to store the data. So where we are going to store such data? The data going to store by using our memory unit. So we can say the memory unit is a unit, and such unit is used to store input data and also intermediate result and final output generated. Intermediate result, we know that. Input data means we know that what's the data we inputted into the computer, such is called as the input data. Intermediate result means after the processing, before the output, such data is called as the intermediate result. And final output generated means now the data is there on monitor. Okay, the data is there, we displayed the data on monitor. So such data is called as the final output generated. And the memory unit classified into two types. The first type is called as the primary memory. And second secondary memory. We know the types of the memory unit are classified into two types, primary memory, second type secondary memory. Some example for the primary memory, RAM and ROM. RAM and ROM. RAM full form random access memory, ROM full form read only memory. All are using to store the data, okay, and some of the types are there in RAM as well as in the ROM. Now we know primary memory. Example we can use for the primary memory or the types we can say are RAM, random access memory, read only memory, and some example for the secondary memory. So primary memory temporarily storing the data, but secondary memory is using to store the data permanently. So some example we can use, we can say as floppy disk, CD-ROM, compact disk read only memory, hard disk, pen drive. So all are the example you can use for our secondary memory. Primary memory, temporary storage of data. Secondary memory using storing all those data permanently. Some examples are floppy disk, hard disk, compact disk and pen drive. Okay. Now this is about our memory unit. Now let's the last functional unit, output unit. Now everything we inputted data, we used central processing unit, and central processing unit consist major units like control unit. We transferred the data in a correct manner and we perform some of the operation depend on the data which operation we want. Such operation we completed by using arithmetic and the logic unit, or maybe you want to store the data in register, you can store the data, else you can use the next main unit, memory unit, to store the data, to input the data, and it going to store input data, intermediate result, or maybe the final output generated. So this is about memory unit. Now let's output unit. The output unit provides processed data. Now processed data means the result generated after processing of the data. We know that input ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಅದರ ನಂತರ process ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, process ಆದ ನಂತರ ನಮಗೆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ. ಸೊ ಸಚ್ ಡಾಟಾ processing, after the processing ಯಾವ ಡಾಟಾ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು processed data ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Now processed data means the result generated after processing of the data. Okay, after the process what's the data will get, such is called as the processing data, processing result, or it is used to print or display the data what is there in memory unit. ನನಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟಾ ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ನನಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಡಾಟಾ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ? ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಡಾಟಾ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಡಾಟಾ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ? ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇಂದ ಡಾಟಾ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ದಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್, ಆರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಟು ದಿ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೋ? ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಡಾಟಾ, ಆದರೆ ಈಗ ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಶೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಟು ದಿ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅವ ಆನ್ ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಶೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಡಾಟಾ, ಆರ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಡಾಟಾ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬೈನರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೋ? ನಾನು ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅದೇ ಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಆ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ಬೈನರಿ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಿಗೆ. ಬೈನರಿ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ 0 and 1, and later ಯಾವಾಗ ಆ ಡಾಟಾ ಮಾನಿಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಬೈನರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಂತ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಡಾಟಾವನ್ನು ಬೈನರಿ ಡಿಜಿಟಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಆ ಡಾಟಾ ಅಗೇನ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬೈನರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡೇಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡೇಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ದಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಮಾನಿಟರ್, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಬೈನರಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮಿಗೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಹೆಸರು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡೇಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ನಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ದಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ monitor. So this is some important note about our functional components of a computer. So we can say some important functional components of a computer are input unit and central processing unit, classified into control unit, arithmetic and logic unit, registers. Third important memory unit, and fourth one is called as the output unit. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.